And what's going on, everybody? And we are logging on to episode 139 of the podcast. We got a very special episode for you guys today. We got a spotlight interview for you tonight. And I'm here with me tonight, a very special guest, social media influencer, Angela De Palma. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me. I'm so excited.
So I've been having you in mind to actually have you on a podcast for quite a while, especially after Matty K was on his first podcast here for the craft beers. He's like, you should definitely interview Angela. Like she has it big on TikTok and everything. I'm like, really? Like, because we hung out before.
Yes.
Before that podcast even happened. And I had no idea you were big with, like, TikTok and everything like that. So I was, like, fascinated by it. And then I had to do my research, obviously. Too. But, no, I'm very happy that you're here tonight. Thank you for making the time to get an interview and everything like that. And let me start off by asking, how has your summer been so far?
My summer's been good. I feel like I am not saying no to any plans.
Oh,
so
that's
I've had
great.
Plans every single day. All the weekdays are booked up to the point where I'm like, I need a break. I need to schedule a day to do nothing. But I think I'm making up for it from quarantine and I don't know, all of those. I'm like 3 years later, I'm still making up for it. I don't want to say no to my friends. I want to do exciting things. I want to travel.
Yeah.
So Matt and I are planning a trip to Colorado soon, hopefully in like September, October. Yeah, so that's pretty much it. What about yours?
My summer's been very busy, very busy, and I'm still having my fun and everything like that. But I actually just started up a new job as well with at USPS, and it's been hectic, but good hectic.
Yes.
And I'm still trying to figure out my schedule of how I could work things with the podcast, work, and having my fun time and everything like that. Not that the podcast isn't a fun time, but you know what I'm saying. So it's been a busy summer. Let's just say that a big transitioning summer, but it's been very good. I only started this past August, so the first 2 months, June and July, I've been having a grand old time. I've been going on boats and everything like that, just and being in the water because it's been a hot one.
It's been really hot. We were actually on a boat yesterday.
Yeah?
I had a collaboration. I'll tell you about that. But a social media collaboration with someone in Brick who has a boating company. So we got to bring a few guests with us, and it was 10 of us on a boat. It was really nice. It was the perfect day for it. Like 85, sunny all day.
Yesterday was nice for that.
It was really great.
Wow, that's awesome. Yeah, so you are big on TikTok, Instagram, all the realms of it and whatnot as far as being a social media influencer. So to let the people know, what exactly are you doing on social media? I know you do some promotions as far as food and drinks and everything like that. Like I saw the Peking Pavilion one, which was very cool.
Yes,
that was very cool. Yeah. So just explain what exactly do you do on social media?
Yeah, I started as doing some beauty influencing. So I do a lot of beauty. I do a lot of food now. And then I'm trying to get more into lifestyle content, like with that boat collab and things like that.
Yeah.
So my big 3 focuses: beauty, food, lifestyle. So anything from reviewing beauty products, makeup tutorials, like routines, things like that, or restaurant reviews, or even my own cooking.
Yeah.
And then I'll also do other lifestyle things. Like, I actually went on a brewery tour with my dad and Matt for my dad's birthday last week. And that's another lifestyle vibe that I'm going to make a TikTok out of that. So
very cool.
Yeah.
Could you say what brewery it is right now, or do you want to wait till it's like posted?
I'm going to post it soon. I could say that. We went to 4 of them. So we went to Wild Air. Have you heard of that in Asbury Park?
No.
It's relatively new. It's gorgeous. It's like right on Main Street. Yeah. I had no idea that it was there. So Wild Air. We went to Twin Lights in Tinton Falls. We went to Bradley Brew Project.
That one I feel like I've heard of.
That one is really good. If you like IPAs, they usually have they're very IPA heavy, so they have a lot of that.
Big IPA guy.
And then the other name is escaping me right now. Where else did we go? Somewhere I've been. Oh, Alternate Ending in Matawan.
Alternate Ending is great.
Yeah, Alternate Ending was so cool. They gave us a tour of the back room, so we got to like look at how everything is brewed. The tour guide explained everything of the process. I'd been on one other brewery tour before, but like, I don't know, 5 years ago maybe.
Yeah.
So it was cool to get like a refresher from someone who knows the beer inside and out. It
Yes.
was really, really cool.
I've always wanted to do a brewery tour. I've been to breweries before. Like, they actually opened one up in Freehold, the town area.
Artiste? I don't know how you say it.
I think it's Artiste.
Artiste? Okay, I'm going to go with that.
Yeah, let's go with that. But I loved it there. A cool vibe and everything like that. I know they have, like, a band playing there on the weekends sometimes. I wasn't there for that. But they have the bar upstairs, the bar downstairs. Very cool vibe over there. I also went to, what's the other one I went to? I believe it was in Monroe. I can't think that name is escaping me right now. But I've been to a couple, but never on an actual tour. So that's very, very cool.
Yeah.
That's very cool to do. And so you filmed throughout the whole thing?
I did, yeah. So it's this company called City Brew Tours, and they have a Jersey Shore line of breweries that they work with. So I filmed the whole experience, us like getting into the van. So you get 4 flights from each. Okay, how do I put this? You get a flight at each of the 4 breweries. So you're having 16 like snifters of beer. So like you cannot drive to these things. So we Ubered to. They pick you up at the Spring Lake train station. So we Ubered there. I just filmed some content of us like getting into the van, and then I filmed all of our like tasting experiences, and then I think I'm gonna do like a little voiceover and kind of rate them and what I thought of them.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I love content because you could kind of break it down. Like, okay, I have all this content of City Brew Tours, and then I have 4 breweries, so that could be 5 videos.
Absolutely,
technically,
you could break it
up,
up,
spotlight each one,
absolutely,
and then do the tour as a whole, and then I can do something additional as like a things to do in New Jersey, and add that in, like add some of that footage into another video that you know maybe you have breakfast here and do this here, go on a brewery tour at night.
That's
like
a good idea.
A things to do video.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
You see, I feel like you're a mastermind with this stuff, to be honest with you.
Thank
Because you no, seriously though, because you just brought up a great idea. Like, first off, breaking them up, and then putting it all together for another video and whatnot, and then the like almost like a pivot. Here's what else you could do after or before you go to this brewery and whatnot. It's awesome, and I also want to say too. You know, I've been doing this podcast for quite a while, too. I actually gained some pretty good traction with it on YouTube and everything like that.
I saw. I love it.
Yeah, it's great. I'm loving it, too. But it's very inspiring, to be honest with you, when it comes to, you know, not even just about the followers, like the followers aspect, like the number.
Yeah.
But, like, okay, people are liking this content and everything right now. Like, that's a great, satisfying feeling, you know?
Absolutely. Or people are engaging, even if it's just people
engaging
that you know, and they show some interest in it. That feels so good. And then you can expand and, like, work on some more technical expansion techniques, like search engine optimization within all of these, like SEO. Like, I'm also in digital marketing, so I think I had a lot of back end exposure to this before I started doing it for myself. Yeah. So yeah, you could really get into the weeds with it. Like
the technical aspects of it all.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. Exactly.
So tell me, how did you first start with all of this? What was? You could go back to like when you were first interested in posting content to when you actually got serious with it to where you are now.
I love this question. Okay. It started back in 2019. I loved Gary Vee. You know Gary Vaynerchuk?
Yes, I love Gary Vee
Everyone
too.
loves Gary Vee. He's awesome.
Yeah.
He kind of gave me the confidence to just start something. Like, just start somewhere, just do something. Because I always like to be a, like, talkative, personable person. But, you know, you graduate college and you're kind of lonely and you don't really have people to talk to except social media. You know, you have your coworkers if you chose to go full time, or if you're in school, if you're in a grad school, it's like very demanding and you're not really hanging out with your friends as much. Yeah. So your friends become like your social media followers. Right. Or vice versa. You know what I mean? Your friends follow you and then they become your following. But I loved Gary Vee's just like screw it mentality.
Yeah.
So I started doing that. I was posting to my Instagram story just funny stories about my day. Like, for example, one of the first stories I shared was I got my nails done, and I'm conversational in Spanish. And
nice.
I think looking at me, you probably wouldn't think so, but I can understand a decent amount.
Oh, no,
and I really love it, and I'm really passionate about it. And I studied on my own time. So I was getting my nails done by a woman only speaking Spanish, and I told her I didn't like the color. And then she starts complaining about me. She only did like one nail, so it's not like she redid my whole, 10 fingers over here.
Yeah.
But I was like, oh, I'm so sorry. Could we choose another color? And then she starts like, she didn't say anything that people would like understand, just if you speak Spanish. And I was like, oh, she's complaining to me, or complaining about me to this other girl. So I knew exactly what she was saying.
Yeah.
And then I was like, oh my God, like, what do I say? And people are like, you should have said something. You should have answered her nasty. And I'm like, I'm not that kind of person. I can't do that.
Yeah.
So I just sat there, and at the end, in perfect Spanish, I just said, thank you so much and have a great day. Or thank you so much and I hope you have a great day.
Yeah.
And her jaw just kind of dropped.
You see, that's the
But
same way.
people love that story.
Yeah, no, that is an excellent story, because me personally, I would have done the same exact thing. Like, that's like a movie scene, to be honest
Yes, it was
with
a
you.
movie scene, 110%.
Like, just that little signal is like, yeah, I heard what you said before, but you know what? You still have an excellent day. I appreciate the work that you've done.
Exactly.
And
I
then
gave
make
her the
her feel
20%
bad.
tip.
Yeah. Oh, there you go.
I gave her. I did everything right. Okay, I'm just gonna let you know. I'm gonna leave you with this little thought here.
Yeah.
That I know what you said about me, but
right.
But I started sharing like random stories like that. People loved it. And then I'm also really into spirituality, so I actually started a podcast, and I did a lot of social media around that.
Yeah.
And I don't do it anymore. I just kind of like lost touch with it, I guess. But then this transitions into the COVID quarantine era, where everyone is bored in the house, you know, and I started making like funny content. And my first video to go viral was me imitating my Italian mom. So I was like, I wear ripped jeans, and my mom was like, oh, where's the rest of your outfit and stuff like that. So I did like a role play of like me trying to go out in ripped jeans and a crop top, and my mom's like, where's the rest of your outfit? Like in her little like,
that's
in
good,
little outfit, right? So everyone loved it, and it went viral. And then growing up Italians, do you know that you're part Italian?
Yeah, I'm majorly Italian.
I was gonna say, I think your mom definitely at least. The account Growing Up Italians, they picked up my video on TikTok and reposted it on Instagram, and I gained like 1,000 followers from that
Beautiful.
alone. And I was like, oh my God, I'm like, this could really be something. Maybe people think I'm funny, maybe they think I'm entertaining. So I just kept doing stuff like that. And then I guess I didn't want to be known as like the Italian mom impersonator forever. I'm like, I gotta have something else.
Yes.
So then I'm really into makeup and hair and beauty stuff like that. So I just started reviewing products that I purchased with my own money. And I ended up getting on, Selena Gomez.
Yeah, of course.
Her brand Rare Beauty. I reviewed, like, I've been a huge fan of her ever since I'm a kid. And I
Wizards.
Wizards of Waverly Place, all of those. Like, her, like, early, even, like, she was on Barney.
Was she? Oh, I didn't know that.
She was on Barney, yeah. She was, like, super early. I obviously didn't know that till I was, like, older.
Of course, yeah.
But, so I keep reviewing her products organically on TikTok. They added me to their PR list, and I get their new releases of makeup.
Wow.
And like a bunch of other like inside, like I get to try the products before they come out.
Yeah.
So this has been happening since 2021. They reached out to me, and then I was like, okay, there's a career in beauty content. So I did beauty for a long time, along with some like restaurants and experiences. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, last year, 2022, the food just took off. I'm like, people don't want to see me. They want to see the food. So I started with restaurants around town. And I worked at Peking Pavilion for like 10 years.
Oh,
like,
really?
I was a hostess there
Yeah.
all through high school, all through college. And then I picked up some shifts during COVID as well.
Yeah.
And I did a few videos for them that ended up going viral on TikTok.
Very nice.
And then I got added to a foodie group this year, and I got I just met a whole bunch of other like foodie people in Jersey.
Like reviewers,
yes, exactly.
Taste
like,
testers and everything like that.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
And I became friends with them, and now we have a little group that will go around to different restaurants. We'll pitch ourselves and say, in exchange for a piece of content, you'll provide us with a complimentary meal. We leave a tip to your wait staff. So, because we don't want them to think like, oh, they just want things for free because they're entitled to, know, something like that. I think influencers get a really bad rep. And so I hate that. And I actually was listening to another podcast from one of my other friends who is an influencer for like 12 years. Like, she was like early YouTube days, and she's like, I hate the word influencer because it's become such a negative connotation. And I'm like, I get that, I know. So I hate saying it, but like, it's true. That's what I'm doing now. It's just the truth, The
thing is, people find a way to ruin things, just
Absolutely.
Good things, you know what I mean? Give it a bad rep, a bad name sort of deal. And I wouldn't say the word social media influencer, the term, I don't see that as a bad thing. I don't think a lot of people see that as a bad thing, but there's like that quarter side of it that's like, oh god, like you're probably making stupid ass content and what, you know what I'm saying, and whatnot, and getting millions of views and everything like that.
Yes.
And it gives a little bit of a bad rep in that sense, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. So I guess it just kind of evolved through. These restaurant reviews are super popular. I had a lot of viral TikToks. Then I started on Instagram, and now I've been growing. I gained a few thousand followers, which is awesome. And I started my own like foodie account.
Nice.
So now I'm trying to concentrate on food on that account, and then lifestyle and beauty on my like regular Ange de Palma.
Okay, yeah.
I think my goal is to like be the brand that people see. So like, okay, Ange has good taste. She knows that this restaurant's good, and she also knows, what hair products really work well, and things like that. So I want to be like a go-to person where people like respect my opinion.
Yes, absolutely. And I think it's a good idea that you're starting to separate the different categories and whatnot too.
Yes, yeah.
Because I think it's important that you don't oversaturate your content, you know what I'm saying?
Totally.
And I want to know your opinion on that necessarily, because you do a lot as far as reviews and as far as makeup and food and everything like that. Like, when did you decide that you wanted to separate those two, and what was the process like doing that? Like, was it hard to get your followers to follow that page also, and what was your technique to that as well?
Yeah, I started to separate things only a few months ago, maybe 3 months ago.
Okay.
Because I realized the food was really taking off, but I was posting a lot of other random things on my personal Instagram.
Yeah.
So I thought, okay, let me get a curated food page going.
Yeah.
And I was able to gain a bunch of followers from that. Mm-hmm. I think my strategy for getting my followers on Instagram, because Instagram was mostly people that I knew.
Yeah,
and
right.
so I'm like, okay, promoting on my story, please go follow my page. And then giving some like teasers, like, okay, best spots to eat and things like that. And really trying to like sell myself, I guess, as like a food critic, if you will.
Yeah, right.
Which is funny because I'm kind of a picky eater, but the stuff I know it so well.
Right,
so,
there you go.
That's my slogan that I'm sticking to, because I don't eat seafood, or I don't eat like condiments and like random stuff. I just don't like it on my food. But the stuff that I do like, I really, really love, and I could tell if it's good or not. And as you know, coming from an Italian household, I'm sure that your parents cook really good food. Of
course.
So I think we have that advantage for sure.
That's without a doubt. That puts you higher on the pedestal, like,
absolutely.
Automatically.
Anybody who comes from quality home cooking, I say Italian because our neighborhood is largely Italian people, but like from anybody who comes from like a background where like you guys have fire food, you're gonna know when restaurants are messing up. Yeah, exactly. You're
almost born with it. You're almost born with that good taste.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So tell me now, you blew up on TikTok first. Is that correct?
Yes, TikTok first.
So is that from the viral video of imitating your Italian mom?
Yeah, I got a lot of followers. I gained probably like 10,000 followers from that and other supplemental like Italian mom videos.
Yes, yeah. And when did you know that you had to captivate on that? Like when was the moment you're and I think you said it a little bit before where you were like, okay, maybe I should act on this and either make more content or maybe show them where else they could follow you and things of that nature, you know?
Yeah, so you're saying like the moment that I knew like, okay, I might have an opportunity here?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, I had been seeing other creators get brand deals, which is the goal basically for any content creators or any like sponsorships, brand deals, things like that.
Absolutely.
And I thought to myself, I could so do that. Like, what if somebody, I don't know, gave me like, going with the Italian mom theme, because that was what I was going off of before, is like, what if somebody has a homemade pasta brand and I could try that out? And I'm like, okay, you know, and stuff like that. It didn't end up going in that direction, but that's where my thoughts were going. I'm like, if I can get an audience captivated with this comedy, I can do things that are relatable to them.
Well, you had the right...
get paid
for absolutely. Absolutely. I think you had the right thought process on it right off the bat with that. Absolutely. So where are you at now on TikTok as far as followers?
Yeah, I'm at 23.4 right now. So I'm trying to grow that. I really want to get like above the next threshold. My first threshold was like 20,000. Now the next threshold I really want to reach is 50. That's like my how do you say, like reach goal, I guess, for the year. To be at 50, but I would be happy, you know, shoot for the moon, land among the stars. I would be happy at 35, 40.
Sure, But
yeah, I'm really trying to get followers that want to see my whole brand, because TikTok is a mishmash of everything.
It is.
So I'm separating on Instagram the food.
Yeah.
And then I think I want my personal Instagram to be like the trendy restaurants that you like want to go get dressed up with your friends and go to, that have good food, but like the vibe is impeccable, you know, like stuff like that. And then if you want like good food, I want you to go head over to my Eat with Ange page and look at the places, look at my home cooking, my recipes, things like that.
Yeah. So like if you're serious, then go follow this one.
Right, exactly.
Like if you want to have just a good time, follow this one.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
But I think on TikTok, I just keep it all together because TikTok is so unpredictable. It's like one moment they tell you need a niche, you have to niche down, you have to get one specific area of content and stick with it.
Yeah.
And now it's like you are the brand. People follow Ange because of who she is, not because she goes to restaurants only, or not because she reviews foundations or something. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like not just that. It has to be everything all encompassed.
Of course.
So that's a little bit challenging on the TikTok side.
I think I could definitely understand it could definitely be more challenging on the TikTok side. But you know, with any sort of content, you have to have you gotta have some sort of personality. You have to have some sort of cool characteristics towards that whatever you're reviewing and everything like that. Like they're there for what you have to say. And if they're interested in what you have to say, then they're gonna follow and keep on watching your stuff. I feel like that's how it goes for the most part, you know?
Absolutely. I think you need that storytelling aspect
a
lot of the times. And I think a lot of people, I mean, you probably don't have the same For You page as I do on TikTok, but these get ready with me videos are blowing up. It's girls literally putting on makeup saying, get ready with me to go to the club or something. And it's like, the other day, it's usually like college girls who are doing this. So it would be like, the other day I was in class and this kid raised his hand and said XYZ. And people love these stories that have nothing to do with like where they're going, what they're doing, nothing to do with the makeup. So that is like, that's why I say TikTok is unpredictable, because you could really do anything, but people are there because they like the way the person tells the story. It might not even be that the story is that great.
Right.
It's the person's reaction. It's their inflection. It's how they entertain you. And it almost doesn't matter what you say.
Yeah.
At a point, if you're trying to be educational, of course it matters.
Yeah.
But if you're doing these get ready with me videos, I think you just have to be an entertaining, fun person. Maybe you have a funny voice, maybe you have a funny laugh, and people really like that about you.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, TikTok, I agree. It's a mixed bag. It's a mystery, actually, how you blow up and whatnot. That was what me and my boy Giorgio from college, we were trying to figure, because like you said, like during COVID and everything, like just making videos and everything like that, like trying to figure out ways how to blow up, because TikTok became way bigger during the COVID times and everything like that. And we were like trying to figure out the algorithm.
Yes.
You know, like how are people, like how are we gonna catch TikTok's attention to like spread the video over and over again to other people? We were trying to figure that out, and it was hard.
Yes.
It was hard. We still had fun doing it, but it was hard though.
Yeah exactly. I think you have to have fun with it, and I think even I got this from Gary Vee. It's like the followers will come, they will come, but you have to be consistent with it.
Yes.
So if you want to do, I don't know, stand-up comedy or something, and like you have one video that goes viral, you'll get a little boost, but then you have to be consistent, and you have to keep posting funny things or funny bits or inspiration from other comics. I don't know, go down a rabbit hole and show people that you're interesting and that you're consistent on posting, because they want to see that. They're like, okay, I'm coming to your page, I'm expecting to see entertainment daily because of the way people consume content nowadays.
Oh, it's crazy.
I know my screen time is probably like through the roof, like, I don't know, 6-7 hours a day. It's like, I know people have worse, some people have less, but you're spending that much time on your phone, you want to be entertained every single day with new content.
Absolutely.
It has to be new.
Yeah, it has to be new and fresh.
Yes, it has to be fresh with the way that information moves now. With any, getting news alerts to your phone. It's not like you have to turn on the TV for it. Everything comes to your phone.
Exactly.
And everything is all over social media, no matter what's going on.
Quick and easy. That's all that people want, right?
Yes, exactly.
Nowadays, anyway. So that's a good point you're bringing up too, as far as consistency and everything like that. Have you seen that to be any sort of struggle at all at any point after you got a nice following? Has there ever been a moment of time where you almost didn't have anything to post or anything like that, and you were freaking out, or sense? Because it's happened to me. It's happened to me, and I stress out about it all the time. Yes. Not all the time, but when it happens, I'll be stressed about it.
That's understandable, and it's definitely happened to me. Multiple times. Sometimes I go weeks without posting, and I'm like, oh my god, what am I doing? Am I going to lose followers? But
that's the worry.
Yeah, it is a concern for sure, but I can't worry that much. I'm like, okay, if I'm just in a content rut, I'll just kind of sit and think, or sometimes I need to get away from it all. Or I go back to like the arsenal of ideas that I created 2 years ago, and I'll think like, oh, maybe I could actually do that video now. You know, maybe I didn't have the knowledge before, maybe I didn't have the tools before, but now I can go back and revisit that idea, or at least talk about it.
Yeah, that's a good point you bring up, because you don't want to post something that's maybe not up to par with the rest of your stuff.
Right.
Or like if you knew in your heart that like this could have been better, then don't post it right now. I don't think there should be any rush with it. You know what I'm saying? So like I think there's quality over quantity. I think that's a huge thing that I think some creators need to learn, to be honest with you. Yeah. But yes, I think that's a huge aspect of it. Huge aspect of what you're saying there.
And to play devil's advocate, a lot of people will say you actually need quantity over quality if you're trying to grow quickly, because people just want to see your face every day, or see like whatever you're posting. And it doesn't have to be great, you just have to do it. Now I think that's maybe when you start out and you're trying to grow a lot. Now these creators who have millions and millions of followers, if they post an off video, they're gonna get so much hate.
Exactly.
So for me, as a smaller, like, I'm still considered a micro influencer, even at 23K. You're considered micro, I think, under 50, something like that. Don't quote me.
Yeah.
You know, I think that if I just had an off day and I posted a video I put half-heartedly, it wouldn't really matter as much as somebody like a huge makeup creator who, like, there's this girl, Michaela. Everybody follows her. I don't know if you ever heard of her before, so I know you have a sister.
Just Michaela?
Yeah, literally Michaela.
No, I haven't. My sister might have, though.
I was going to say, maybe she knows. But, like, if she posts a video that just sucks.
Yeah.
Like, it honestly just sucks. People will comment so much hate because it's going out to her audience of, like, I don't know how much she has, 14 million followers or something like that. So you're going to get a lot of hate from your followers.
Yeah.
But if you're a smaller creator and you're just starting out, and especially if you don't know what you want to post,
right,
sometimes you have to just go on a posting spree and see what works, see what sticks. If nothing sticks, then you got to up the quality a little bit.
Yeah, up the quality. Maybe reevaluate a little bit.
Reevaluate a lot.
Yeah,
but,
a lot.
And I've had to do that many times. There was a point where I was getting, 200 views on, like, every single video. It was a solid, just, like, 200. And I was like, I want this to go viral.
Yeah.
And I thought it was a good quality piece of content. Sometimes you don't know what went wrong. And sometimes it takes a while for it to grow.
Very true, too.
So you want to leave it up. Like, I don't delete them. Even the ones that bomb, I just leave them. I'm like, all right, someone's going to see I have 100 views. Yeah, that sucks on TikTok where people get millions of views, but it is what it is. You have to leave it.
You have to leave it because you never know how it could blow up, like, maybe months after it's been posted.
I've had that happen before with, like, a random video. It was like a skincare routine.
Oh, yeah?
It was so random. I just did that. I put, like, almost no effort into the video. Of course, it bombed at first, and then I got an influx of comments one day, like 6 months later, of like, what product is that? What did you use? So I guess maybe skincare was trending at that time, and the algorithm picks up my video, even though it's from 6 months ago. That was weird. But it's happened to me a few times, but that's just like the most recent example I could think of.
Wow. I wonder if anyone's actually figured out the algorithm. You know what I mean? Like, if someone's actually figured it out, like, what pops up, like, why things pop up on people's For You page and everything like that. Like, I
wonder if TikTok even knows what they're doing.
That's what I'm saying.
Doing it now.
I don't know if it's all, like, AI generated, like, systematic, like, sort of thing. Like, I don't know. Like, but it's interesting, though. It's very interesting. It's
so interesting. And you bring up a good point about AI that's going to rule the world.
Oh,
like,
it
I
is.
think a lot of... Ooh. I need a second. A lot of people are scared of AI.
Oh yeah, I am too.
And I think it's definitely scary.
Yeah.
But I think we have to learn to work with it. Like, I have the mentality, say, if, like, if you can't beat them, join them. Like, you have to think that way, because otherwise, people are saying AI is going to take my job. I'm a digital marketer. Like, content creation is not my full-time job. It's just my side hustle.
Right.
So I work as a digital marketing manager along a great, intelligent team of people, and we're utilizing AI to our advantage. I don't think it's going to replace anyone. I think, I shouldn't say anyone. I'm thinking like my team that I work with.
Sure.
Everybody is so, like, uniquely intelligent. It's going to be so hard
for
something
AI
like
to compensate for that.
Right, exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah.
They're very uniquely creative. It's going to be really difficult. I think we need to monitor it, especially working in, like, a corporate environment and trying to use ChatGPT and using it to our advantage.
Yeah.
Maybe not asking it questions, but using it for content, like using it for captions. Or saying, like, I've actually tried this before. I say, like, write a viral caption for an Instagram post or something, and I think it will use certain keywords and stuff like that. I mean, it doesn't always work, but I use the word viral, and I'll say, like, I want this video to go viral. Write me a caption using search engine optimization tactics and all these things. And I'm, like, extremely specific with it, but I think companies can make use of that too.
I absolutely agree with you. I wasn't even... I am scared of it for almost different reasons. Like, I think... I agree with you 100%. Like, you gotta work with it, right?
Yes.
You gotta work with it. You gotta almost make that compromise between the two. Like, like, all right, AI, do this, but don't do too much of it. You know what I mean? You still need the natural, like, human idea of
you need
something.
The human element
you
of
need
things.
the human element of the thing. But what I'm trying to say is, as far as, like, I don't know, say, like, blackmail and everything like that, like, I think it's, like, it's all fun and games until someone gets hurt.
Right.
Like, perfect
deep
example.
Fakes and things
the
like that.
deep fakes. On TikTok, you've probably seen plenty of this, like the Joe Rogan and Elon Musk generated podcasts and everything like that. I'm like, this is insane. Like, you sample someone's voice and then just type in whatever you want. It's nuts. Yeah, it is. But I feel like if something was to happen, it would have already happened in that sense. Maybe there's a nice blockade, some firewall or something like that with something like that. You know what I mean?
That's what I'm hoping for, because it's really scary to put your life out there. Like, my life is pretty public. Like, I think you could know most things about me by going on my social media.
Yeah.
You know, obviously you're seeing the highlights and the best things.
Of course.
So you can see, you know, what I'm up to on the weekend and stuff like that. That's like very like out in the open. But, you know, it's really scary because there are so many samples of my voice out there. I'm sure of your voice.
Are you kidding me?
Of our faces.
139 podcasts. Oh, you know, exactly. Right,
so,
right.
You know, they have more than enough material.
More than enough material.
So it sucks for us to, you know, think about that.
Yeah,
but that is the really scary part, and that's the unfortunate part, is that this is a great invention. Yeah. And people use it for malice.
Like I said, like in the beginning of the podcast, like as far as the term social media influencer, like someone's gonna ruin it in some sense of the form. Someone's gonna ruin the fun of it. But hopefully that won't happen though. I actually do think AI is in a great progressing stage right now as far as generated pictures and voices and a whole bunch of stuff. Even like, say you don't know how to make a contract and you want this deal done, like that, it'll make it up right for you and stuff like that. Like, it's insane what, especially like ChatGPT could do. It's awesome. It's awesome. But I know AI has also been helping a lot with content creation and everything as of late too. I've still haven't dipped my toes into it yet. But I want to soon.
You should try it.
Yeah.
Just like, you know, ask it something random, or, you know, to maybe make a caption for your YouTube video or your podcast. Or like write my podcast description and then give it like 3 bullet points of what it's about. And then you can see, you know, and you can actually give it feedback. So if you're like, no, I wanted the caption to be more witty and like exciting. Yeah. If they give you like a very educational caption, I always try to make it, I don't know, more fun. So I'll say, be more witty, and then it gives me like a joke or something, like
so
a pun.
Like fixes itself.
It fixes itself, and it like takes feedback and edits, which is so weird. Yeah, I love that too.
It is weird though too. Yeah.
To think about, I'm like, you know, this is pretty human-like. I mean, it's taking my feedback, it's understanding it, and it's outputting something that is fabulous. Right. A lot of times, sometimes not so much, but a lot of times it's really good, and I'm shocked. But you should try it. Just play around with it.
I will. I actually had the idea to, and I don't know if it could even do this yet, but I want to, like I was saying before, I want me and Luke's voices sampled into the AI system, and then all I have to do is type in a topic of conversation, and then AI, me and Luke will talk about that conversation. I don't know if they could do that yet, but I want to call it like the AI generated podcast episode. Like, you know what I'm saying? And that's my idea. I don't know if it could do that yet. Like, just give a random topic of conversation and then it'll just talk on its own and whatnot. But when it does reach it that day, I don't know if I just gave the idea to anyone else, but I might have. But I would love to do that one day, and just to see what AI versions of me and Luke have to say. You know,
that would be so cool. And I think that the capability is there, but it's probably not available to the regular person nowadays. Sure. You know, I bet that they probably could do that if you had some insider access into the tech world right now. Yeah. But yeah, that would be an awesome idea, though. I would totally do that.
Hell yeah.
Like, you know, my voice, that's crazy. But hopefully other people can't program it to say mean stuff.
Oh, yeah, of course.
You know, that we don't want said in our voices.
But, yeah, exactly.
And it's hard to argue that, you know, when they're like, oh, yeah, you said this, but it's an AI generated.
That's what I'm saying.
You can't argue it.
You don't. It's like, how do I prove that I didn't? or say or something like this,
You need a really, really good court case for that. Like, you need a really good lawyer.
So, it try to depict the future for your social media career, right? So, my question for you is, in the future, say the next 5 years going on 10 years, where do you see, what are your goals for where your TikTok page and Instagram page is going to be in the future?
I really want to reach 10K on Instagram. I think I'll do that before 5 years.
Okay.
But that is like my one goal that makes me start thinking about the 5-year mark, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it
because
does.
that would take off. It puts you in a whole different category once you're able to reach a following like that on Instagram, which is really difficult to grow if you're just a regular person, So you're not a Kardashian. It's very difficult to grow on there, right?
Right.
So I definitely see myself sometime in the future, maybe going full-time content creator.
Okay.
That's more closer to the 10-year mark, I think.
Sure.
Right now, I just want to get as much experience as possible.
Yeah.
But 5 years into the future, I would like to have my own content creation company. And it will probably just be me. Maybe I'll hire some like copywriters on the side or something like that to help with captions and promoting and different like promotional materials. But since I work in marketing and I have that background and I love marketing and I want to continue to be there, I'll have a lot more experience by the 5-year mark and the 10-year mark, and I'll be hoping to create my own company, whether that be surrounded around food or beauty. Hopefully it's all the things combined.
Yeah.
But I would love to just have myself be the brand as, the spokesperson for good stuff in New Jersey, something like that, or local to wherever I am at that point. So I think that, my future will entail my own company and, maybe some employees working for me by the 10-year mark.
Yeah,
but
absolutely.
I think that social media has an incredible amount of opportunities. And I feel like it would be silly not to take advantage of those things right now, and your future self will thank you.
It's a wonderful tool. It is a wonderful tool.
It is.
Have you ever thought about going into the realm of YouTube by chance, or no?
I have thought about it.
Yeah.
I used to love YouTube, like watching YouTube creators, like when we were younger.
Yeah.
And I wanted to do it. I don't know what stopped me. I just never. I know it's a lot of effort into editing and things like that.
Sure.
But I think I've tried to create a few like vlogs. I used to live in New York City.
Yeah.
And I would go on like walks and try to find cool shops and cool things to do. I know I made a vlog about, the place Cha-Cha Matcha? I don't know if you know that, but it's like a touristy like matcha shop basically. They have like green tea ice cream and like matcha made lattes and all these different things. So it's like, and I love tea. So that was like a place for me where I thought like, okay, this is really cool and trendy and I'm going to vlog it. That was like 2018 or 2019 when that like stuff was really popular.
Yeah.
And I just felt silly doing it. I was like, who cares about this? And I kind of stopped myself from uploading the vlogging thing on YouTube. But I want to get into it. I just don't know what I would do with longer form content. Like, I really like the short and sweet clips and things like that.
Yeah.
And one of my just like strengths in life, I think, is like condensing and consolidating words and things. And so, someone will, this goes as far back as high school, people would ask me to edit their essay or something. It's like, okay, it's too long or it's too wordy and I don't like it.
Sure.
I knew how to take that information and just make it concise, but not sacrifice the quality.
Yes, right.
So that's what I really like to do. I've always liked to do that. I literally will work on, and I'll do it today. If someone asked me to look at their essay, I would do it right now. I love to do that. So I don't really know what I would do with long form content when I'm so used to just the highlights in a very short and concise manner.
Sure. Gotcha. Well, the YouTube Shorts is a great thing there too, and I think maybe you should start like even just have shorts on your own little channel there too.
Yeah.
I think that would be great for you as well, because I heard, just from my experience, not that I've heard, the shorts have been getting way more reception than for me on TikTok and Instagram. It's been great. It's been a great ride with that, actually.
Yeah, I have to check out the shorts. I don't know why I haven't done it yet, honestly. But yeah, I have to check that out. I have to try it.
And I was only asking about YouTube because I feel like you're the perfect person to do vlogs and everything like that. Like with everywhere you go and taste testing and doing the makeup tutorials. There you go, something like that.
That could be a long form content.
Yeah,
for sure,
absolutely.
For sure.
So I mean, listen. It might not be for you necessarily, like the longer form content. Obviously, the shorter form content has been working out very well for you. Yes. But, maybe give it a shot and see how it goes. I'll be tuning in. I definitely want to see what you do. Yeah,
absolutely. I do want to give it a shot. And you make a good point about the vlogging, like all the different places, especially if it's travel.
Yeah,
sometimes it's really hard to fit a travel experience into 30 seconds,
of course.
Except for, these templates where they're just like flashing pictures at you.
Yeah.
And those are cool and those are trendy and those are fun, but it doesn't provide value except for it's aesthetically pleasing. So if someone wants to know, okay, what are the top things to do in Denver, Colorado, you could really make like a long form
like an in-depth
vlog about that.
Yeah,
like you can make like a 10-minute vlog, which is not incredibly long. I'm not trying to make movies over here, but like 10 minutes or under where it's like, okay, I could show a little bit more than just the highlights. I'll show the process of getting into somewhere or doing things like that.
Sure, yeah, absolutely. I think it's an idea to try out, like a nice a test, if you will. You know what I mean?
Yes, totally.
So there was one other thing I wanted to ask you before. So you bring up TikTok a lot and whatnot. I'm assuming that's your primary thing that you post on and everything like that?
Yes, TikTok, and I'm growing Instagram, so I am trying to be consistent on Instagram.
Yeah.
But I'll say TikTok is definitely the most popular.
Okay, I'm glad you said that.
Yeah.
Because I feel like TikTok is way easier to blow up on. And you even mentioned before earlier on that Instagram is probably one of the harder social media platforms to grow on.
Yep.
What would you rank them as far as what's the best, like, I don't want to say easiest to grow on, but the better success rate, if you will, of social media platforms in growing? Like, give me your top 5.
Okay. I like that. I will say TikTok is the easiest one to grow on. That's a place where your content is distributed to so many people, countless people.
Yeah.
And you could blow up overnight. There have been so many overnight successes there.
Mm-hmm.
Then I'll say YouTube is next.
Okay.
Because I think people can also, you have the search query advantage where people are specifically searching for your content. I think TikTok, it's more of a chance. You don't necessarily search. Like, you can search, and people do search. I search when I know what I want.
Right.
But if you just open an app and you want to be just entertained, TikTok is,
it's more about like the tags, more about the hashtags and everything like that.
Yes, exactly.
Yes.
But YouTube, people, like, if you have a really good craft, people are going to search for something like that. Like, let's say, you do product reviews. People will type in, like, this brand, like, how is the sizing for Nike, let's just say.
Sure.
And you could find a million videos of people trying on they're trying on Dunks, they're trying on Jordans. They're like, this is small, this fits true to size. So I think if you have, like, educational content, that YouTube would be your next easiest.
Okay.
And then I'm not a huge Twitter person, but I think if you're funny and you're witty, you could totally grow on
Absolutely,
Twitter.
I agree with that.
I'll say Twitter, and I don't really know much about it. And I'll say Twitter and, like, Threads intertwined, because Threads is the new Twitter,
it's nice,
apparently.
It's fresh and new, yeah.
So, and then, they want to prioritize early adopters of that app. So I tried to get on there instantly, but I fell off posting to it because I'm like, I'm not good at this. I don't know what to say.
Yeah.
But, I do mostly, like, photo and video content. So now I'm like, I gotta think of funny shit to say.
Yeah, right, which is harder for something like Twitter or Threads.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, and then where are we at? We're at 3.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put Instagram at, like, 5.
Instagram at 5.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. That makes sense, though.
Got? Oh, and there's another one. Have you heard of Lemon 8?
Whoa, no.
Okay, so
the heck is
Lemon
that?
8, Oh, and I'm forgetting Pinterest. You know Pinterest?
I just recently learned about Pinterest.
I saw on your last one. You're like, what is that?
Yeah,
I loved it. But so now you know Pinterest.
Yes.
Lemonade is like a more aesthetic version of Pinterest.
Okay.
So and it's a new app, or newer app, I should say. Mm-hmm. So again, with the early adopters theory, they want people who are going to use that app and make the content popular. Mm-hmm. So if you're starting to post on it right now, you're going to get a lot of traction if your content is good.
Okay.
So I can but it's very similar to Pinterest. So at number 4, we'll put Pinterest/Lemonade.
Okay.
And then 5 is Instagram, man. They make it so difficult if you're not a famous figure, if you're not a household name.
Yeah.
Or if you were not a like super early YouTuber.
Right.
It's really hard. Or like Vine people, they'll be like
yes.
YouTube famous also.
Yes, yeah.
But if you were not one of those people back in like the 2010s, the early 2010s, posting on YouTube, mm-hmm. You're not going to have a social presence really, because that's all there was. Like there was no Instagram. I think, what is Instagram, 2012 or something? So if you're like, late 2000s, early 2010s,
yeah,
you can be popular on Instagram, but otherwise it's really difficult if you're just a regular person to grow on there.
Would you say that like Instagram is more mainstream, if that makes sense? I feel like that's a term I would use for it, like a mainstream app, as far as like, okay, we're just gonna the people that blow up on Instagram and whatnot are people that are like already famous and everything like that.
Yes.
Yeah.
For the most part.
Yeah.
I don't think it's like, you can't really blow up overnight on Instagram the same way you can on like TikTok or even Pinterest. People will blow up.
You see, like, but how? Like, okay, this is something else I don't know about Pinterest. So,
okay, tell me.
All right, so how would you blow up on Pinterest? Like, something that you post as far as, like, what would you even post to have it blow up?
Okay, so I've been seeing a lot of content around outfits, trendy outfits. Like, so we'll take, like, fashion as an example.
Sure. Sometimes
fashion, fashion is ever changing, but right now, like the Y2K and /90s style is really, really in. And a lot of people don't really know how to style those pieces anymore. So you have like cargo pants, these like parachute pants, like those. It's right. Really, I hear Gen Z is into like the funky pants era, whereas like the millennials, which I identify as millennial because I feel like I can't connect with Gen Z in that way. But like millennials, like we have our skinny jeans and like a like, wild loud top, and that's like what you go out with.
Sure.
Gen Z is the opposite. So they like, all the younger people are knowing how to style these like crazy cool pants. Like maybe they're like pink zebra print pants. Like what the hell do you pair that with?
Yeah, right.
So if you buy them and you think they're trendy, then you're like, shit, I don't know how to style these. So you go to Pinterest and you type in like size 8 like styled pink zebra pants, something along those lines, and content will come up, like people who know how to style these things, if they've studied fashion or if they just really have an eye for it.
Sure.
They'll come up, and then it starts getting popular because that you have a trendy piece, and then people are searching because they don't really know what to do with this piece. So this is just the fashion example, but I think you can relate it to so many other different types of
of course
content and things like that.
Yeah.
Especially if it's like a how-to, or recipes are big on Pinterest. Recipes are huge. So it's like have you heard of like the Gigi Hadid spicy vodka sauce or something like that? No. Okay, Gigi
Would love
Hadid.
To try it, though.
Yeah, exactly. It sounds so good.
Yeah.
So she came up with, I don't know, she probably is a personal chef, let's be real. I don't think she's coming up with this stuff. Someone created this recipe, and now it took the world by storm. This is like, I don't know, probably years ago now, but takes the world by storm, and like, you want to make it. Sounds good.
Yeah.
Go to Pinterest. There are so many recipes for it.
Wow.
So it's easy that's another like search platform, I would say.
Okay.
There is like a For You page on Pinterest, but it's based on things you've searched.
Exactly.
So,
exactly, yeah. I think I need to get my hands on Pinterest a little bit more, just to explore it and kind of figure out what the deal is with it and how I would like it. You know what I mean?
For sure. I think a lot of the stuff, A lot of the stuff is just super girly, so I don't really know. I've never seen Pinterest from a man's perspective. Actually.
That's what I'm saying.
I don't know what you would like on there.
Yeah, I don't know.
Recipes maybe, but
recipes definitely.
Yeah,
definitely. And I'm not even a cook, but I would still be interested to try cooking something up that I've learned on the internet. You know what I mean? Yeah.
And I think if people have, themed parties or something.
Sure.
Like, let's say they're having a 2000s trend theme party.
Yeah.
You can go on Pinterest and look at the decorations that people put up. You look at the outfits they wear,
or
the
even
food
like
they make.
The food they make.
Like,
I would even say like the games that they play during it and everything.
Totally.
Yeah.
Do you remember? I just saw this video about do you remember all these games? Mm-hmm. Do you know the game Elephant that had that blue elephant? And
yes, it blew. It blew up. It was like a.
And then you caught the things with the net.
Yes, with the net. Yeah, I do remember that.
So that could be an idea. I literally found that.
That's a good one. Yeah.
On I think it was TikTok, but like same idea, right? Like you're searching for something specific, and then that comes up, and you're like, oh, like that's a great addition to my 2000s themed party. But
that is a good one.
Yeah,
that's a
isn't
really
that,
good
that
one.
a good one?
That's a nice throwback. That little throwback thing you threw at me right there. Yeah. That was good. You were speaking a lot about clothing and whatnot too. Is that something you would be interested in? Maybe partnering up, getting some sponsors for that on trying out clothes.
Yeah, absolutely. I would love to do that. I do have a collaboration with one fitness brand.
Okay.
They sent me their new workout set, so I just have to film some content in it. I haven't done it yet. Mm-hmm. I'm honestly I don't know what I'm waiting for at this point. I think I'm waiting for the beach to be a little less crowded so I could take some cool beach.
Yeah, that's smart
content,
actually. Yeah,
because it's just a matching workout set. It's really really cute. Mm-hmm. It's you want it to be aesthetic, but all these people in the background. I'm thinking Asbury Park, you'll never find an empty spot.
Anywhere down the shore right now. It's the summer. It's the summertime, especially end of summer right now. People that haven't even gone yet are getting down there these last 2 weeks. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
So I think September will be a good time for you to do that.
A local summer, baby.
Local
That's my favorite
summer.
Time
yes,
of year.
Exactly. Yeah.
But I would love to get more into fashion. I always liked it. In high school, I remember back to school shopping was my thing. I want to go back to school shopping now. I already bought jeans and sweaters, and I'm waiting for the weather to cool down because that's my favorite fall fashion. I feel like every girl loves fall fashion, but it's so good. Just for men too.
Fall season.
Yes, fall
season. Love it.
Everything is awesome.
Everything is awesome.
So,
everything is awesome.
Yeah.
I love the fall for all those reasons.
Yes.
And even I like that term, fall fashion too, actually.
Yeah.
And I'm just talking about the basics, sweatpants and a sweatshirt too. That cool weather where you could be comfortable in heavier clothes and whatnot.
Yeah, I love that.
Hell yeah, I love that too. It's the best.
And the flannels, it can't
the flannels.
Can't beat the flannel jeans and boots combo for anyone could wear that.
Absolutely.
No matter how old you are, what gender you are, doesn't matter. Jeans, flannel, boots.
Yep.
Perfect combo for anybody.
You are 100% right with that. Absolutely. Is there anything else you would want to expand on besides what we've already spoken about?
Definitely travel.
More
travel. So I saw some influencers get sponsorships with cruise lines.
Oh.
That looked awesome.
Hell yeah.
And I want to be one of those people.
Yeah.
I will be one of those people.
You will be. There you go. Speaking
it's just
it
a matter
into the
of time.
Universe.
Exactly. I'm huge into manifesting.
Yes.
I'm very, very future thinking and fun fact, I took this one of my companies made me take it wasn't quite a personality test. It was a strengths test.
Okay.
And my very first strength is futuristic thinking. So I was wow, I do embody manifestation. That's something I've always been passionate about.
Yes.
But I really thought, it was this really long drawn out test for 3 hours online.
Whoa,
you
really?
had a proctor. It was insane. So I'm okay, this seems pretty legit. And my first option of how is this person? How do they work? It's a futuristic mindset. So I can picture things really, really clearly, even though they haven't happened yet.
Okay.
So for example, one of my big goals, I want a beach house. I want a really nice house that overlooks the water. It doesn't necessarily have to be Ocean Ave beachfront. Ideally it is, but I really want that. And I could visualize just I open the door. I'm going through the door. I'm walking in, like, it's all like bright white with like aqua blue accents, and I'm like, I'm literally looking at a room and a layout that I want, that I've never seen before.
Yeah.
But I see it here.
Yes.
And then I want to make that a reality. Mm-hmm. So I love anything with manifestation. Don't get me started. I'll talk about that all day. But, I think it really is real. Speaking stuff into the universe
Absolutely
is 100%
it is.
real.
Well, I already knew that you love to manifest and everything like that. Before when you told me that you had like a podcast as far as spirituality and everything like that.
Yes.
Love it.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's like some of the best things you could do actually as far as manifesting and whatnot. It's all about in the mind and everything like that, and you got to dedicate yourself. And I feel like that's what you've been doing. You've been futurizing, I believe that was the word that you said before,
like futuristic thinking.
Yeah, there you go, futuristic thinking and everything like that, almost making an imaginary roadmap for yourself.
Yes.
And I think it's very important. I think smart people do that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I hope so.
I hope so. I don't want to offend anyone that doesn't do that, but maybe you should start doing that. But no, I think it's all great. And you were even talking about, like, you were just describing a house basically like that. I could also see you visiting these billion-dollar mansions and everything like that, and taking videos there and everything, and doing tours for that and all that. I think you could do it all with that. It's great. It's fantastic, and I see big things for you in the future with anything that you do, to be honest with you. You seem to have a very dedicated and smart mind when it comes to this stuff, and
Thank you, Frank.
I'm being completely honest with that. And I'm glad we did this podcast because, we've hung out like maybe once or twice before, but we never really got in depth with any of this stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So it's been very nice.
It's been awesome.
Yeah. So Angela, I wanna thank you for joining the podcast. I greatly appreciate it. And I think you gave me some tips and pointers for myself too of how to grow the channels and everything like that. I do really appreciate it. How about you let the audience know where they could find you on any social media platform that you want them to follow you on?
Yes, you can find me on Instagram at Ange DePalma or at eat_with_Ange, A-N-G, and then TikTok at Ange DePalma. Those are my main platforms nowadays.
Very nice. And those will be on the screen like you just saw, and also in the description below with their links. So make sure you check her out. She has great content just in store for you guys to watch. For you guys at home, I hope you enjoyed this episode. And if you did, make sure to like, subscribe, and share. Also follow us on Instagram and all other social media platforms at Frank_videos. If you want to listen to this podcast audio-only version, you can on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and Amazon Music. And with all that being said, we hope you have a wonderful night, and peace out. First one we got is chocolate or vanilla.
Chocolate. I'm a vanilla guy. Here's my reasoning for vanilla. Vanilla can be made into other flavors. If I put vanilla with Oreos in it, it's cookies and cream.
I would agree that chocolate could definitely overpower other flavors when it's combined. But for me, it definitely is chocolate. Nothing beats, to me, milk chocolate, man. It really, nothing like a Hershey's bar, man. Pretty close one in my opinion. So chocolate got 43%, but vanilla was the winner with 57%. So, yeah, vanilla was a top choice there with that one.
1-0.